Housing Mind UV is where they need to be. Hope all is well, y'all. The US dollar slow burn, US dollar slow burn, part one. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to do multiple presentations of this. Let me go share it. Enjoy the beat and the rhythms. We'll be back. We're going to be as brief as possible. A U.S. dollar crash is nearly impossible because it depends on multiple economic, political, and geopolitical factors. However, here's some key considerations. The U.S. dollar remains the world's reserve currency, giving it strong global demand. High interest rates set by the Federal Reserve have kept the dollar strong. So that means basically, overcharging people and different things of that nature to keep paying their debt and keeping debt slaves. However, rising debt levels, de-dollarization efforts by BRICS, and inflation could weaken confidence. This is 1 to 5 years. So it says short-term outlook 1 to 5 years. You see what I'm saying? There it says medium-term outlook 5 to 15 years. If BRICS nations and other global economies successfully move away from the dollar for trade reserves, the dollar could significantly weaken. A major financial crisis, like parentheses, like a debt default or banking collapse, could accelerate a decline. This is a medium term outlook, 5 to 15 years. The U.S. National debt and deficit spending could lead to a loss of confidence in the dollar, increasing inflation. Long-term outlook 15 years plus. If alternative currencies or digital assets, parentheses like BRICS, backed currency, or central bank digital currencies gain widespread adoption, the dollar's dominance could erode. The petrodollar system, parentheses using USD for oil trade, is weakening as more nations use local currencies. If the U.S. government loses control over debt and inflation, which it already has, hyperinflation or a shift to a new monetary system could occur. This is at 15 years plus. Will the dollar collapse completely? A total collapse, hyperinflation, like Venezuela. I got to do it. I'm planning on doing a show on Venezuela. I got a video of that, a video right before we get out of here. We do a quick review and then hopefully we'll be able to show the video and we get out of here, you know what I'm saying, at the end. Or Zimbabwe. A total collapse. Will the dollar collapse completely? It says a total collapse, parentheses, hyperinflation, like Venezuela or Zimbabwe, is unlikely in the near future. However, a gradual decline in purchasing power and global dominance is already happening. So that means it ain't gonna be no far future either. The real question is how fast and severe the decline will be. So a lot of people need to be having a bunch of talks with yourself, your financial counselors, coaches, your investment groups, or in your relationships, or setting up certain investments or certain things that can benefit you if the dollar completely collapses, or investing in coins and other tangible mineral assets, land, etc. There are several key factors to consider when evaluating the potential decline or crash of the US dollar. US national debt and deficit. The US national debt is well over 34 trillion and growing. Go look at the national debt clock. It was at debtclock.com or something like that. I'll have it for you next time on part 2. They have a debt clock literally that shows you in real time, like the debt that's going up and shit in real time and space. Persistent deficient spending means the government must borrow more, increasing debt reliance. Increasing debt reliance. If investors lose faith in US bonds, interest rates may spike, weakening the dollar. 2. De-dollarization and global reserve currency shift. BRICS nations, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, and others are reducing reliance on the dollar for trade. Countries like China and Russia are making deals. If the US loses its status as the world's reserve currency, the dollar will weaken significantly. Number 3, inflation and Federal Reserve policies. The US has faced persistent inflation due to money printing, because they've been printing without it being backed by anything. And supply chain, the US has faced persistent inflation due to money printing and supply chain disruptions. If inflation remains high, which it will, confidence in the dollar erodes. If the Fed keeps rising interest rates or raising interest rates, debt repayment becomes unsustainable. Debt repayment becomes unsustainable, leading to economic instability. So if the debt slaves and these motherfuckers aren't able to pay this debt back, or they don't just go ahead and back this fucking money with some sort of something, and these other countries say, look, we gonna go ahead and do what we say we was gonna do, regardless of the restrictions you put on us, whatever. We gonna eventually, all you doing is just prolonging the inevitable. Geopolitical risks and war, global conflicts, e.g. Russia, Ukraine, Israel, Palestine, US-China tensions, can affect dollar stability. If sanctions or economic warfare escalate, nations may bypass the dollar altogether. They may bypass the dollar altogether. The major war involving the US could lead to excessive money printing, accelerating inflation. So it doesn't pay to do that shit, to go what they call go to war, them fake ass wars anyway, because that's a whole nother vibe. Trade deficit and manufacturing decline. The US imports far more than it exports. You hear that? You hear that part? The US imports far more than it exports. leading to a massive trade deficit. If manufacturing does not recover, reliance on foreign goods will increase, weakening the dollar. Countries like China, India, Mexico are growing as industrial powers, challenging U.S. dominance. Number 6, digital currencies and financial system changes. The rise of central bank digital currencies, CBDCs, from China, Europe, and BRICS could weaken dollar dominance. Cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin could be used as an alternative to fiat currency. The US could introduce its own digital dollar, changing the monetary system entirely. That's what they're going to have to do, more than likely, or that's what they're attempting to do, a digital dollar. However, they should just go ahead and negotiate some resources and minerals. Where's the gold at? Where's the resources at to back the fucking money? Is what I'm asking. Is the thing. Loss of petrodollar system. The US dollar has been dominant because oil is traded in USD petrodollar. Saudi Arabia and BRICS nations are now trading oil in Chinese yuan, Indian, and euros. If the petrodollar collapses, demand for the USD will decline, reducing its value. 8, economic recession or depression. If the U.S. faces a severe recession or depression, the government may print what? Excessive money to stimulate the economy. So this is what I'm saying. This is what I was saying about overstanding economics and all of this shit, that as far as the money aspect or the paper fiat currency aspect. People are gonna be happy. Oh man, we getting stimulus checks. We get it. But that is in the long term going fuck, unless you invest it properly. Unless you invest it properly in some international investments, some smart investments over here, and position some things, and self-sufficiency and things of that nature. Learn how to live more off grid, learn how to live more modestly, better money management, and different things of that nature. That stimulus check, I mean, ain't really gonna mean shit, because again, in the long term, it's gonna lead to what? Inflation. Shit still gonna get higher. So even though you're getting the stimulus check, it's still gonna take that much more money to buy whatever you're purchasing, or to get whatever you want going started. As far as if the restrictions on imports and exports go up, and the tariffs and all that, that means what? Shipping's gonna be like. So it's really, yeah, they're giving you a stimulus check, but then if you spending it in this system, they're just gonna what? Raise the interest rates to just get you to pay back more money, really. You know what I mean? Just in a slower process. If the U.S. faces severe recession or depression, the government may print excessive money to what? Stimulus check the economy. Excessive money printing could lead to what? Hyperinflation. Excessive money printing could lead to what? Hyperinflation. And what was the 2 countries we just talked about? Venezuela and Zimbabwe. Devaluing the dollar. Let me see if I can pull this video up real quick. Hopefully it'll load. Here we go. Oh yeah, my bad. I hate when it does that. Alright, one more time. They're dumping money. They're getting rid of the money. Like it's so much hyperinflation. They're dumping money in the streets. You see how much fiat currency of money that shit is? This is what the future is going to look like for the dollar, that people are jealous over, fighting over. Should we go 50-50? Should we help each other grow as a group in the economy? I'm going to let you see. Let's do it one more time. Let this picture sink in. Because it's on the way. It's on the way. Playing and bullshitting around and not backing the currency with something that's more tangible. All right, hold on. Hold on. All right. All right. Let's see. Let's see. Where were we? All right, y'all. Hold on. Let me get my image back up. Situated. Hold on. Let me get my. Hold on. Let me see. Boom. Put that back on. But yeah, man. Yeah, man. He dumping that. That's a big truck. And he just dumping the money out in the street, in the middle of the street. Little boy, like little children over here would be going crazy. They saw that goddamn. They would be losing their goddamn shit. Adults and all that shit. Man, this country is throwing that shit the fuck in the street. They don't even want that shit. More than likely, they're practicing trade and all of that other, a barter system and all of that amongst each other, man. He just dumping money in the street. He don't even want that shit. They don't even want that shit over there. It's such high. Everything's so fucking high. That's what we were just talking about as far as the hyperinflation. Basically, if again, I know people are gonna be happy. Oh, we gonna get more money. We gonna get more money with this person in office. If they continue to print money, that's why I say it's a four-edged sword. If those continue to print more money without it being backed by a mineral, then it's gonna lead to a lot of repercussions. Yes, it's gonna have temporary hype. It's gonna have a flash in the pan, so to speak. That's why investing in other countries or internationally is where it's at, because especially places that's moving to mineral backed currencies, because again, it's going to leave the dollar behind. All right, here we go. If the U.S. faces a severe recession or depression, which is already going on, it's getting there. The government may print excessive money to stimulate the economy, which means, again, the stimulus checks, which again, a lot of people are going to be happy and, oh man, you, them, they, those, gotta invest wisely. I'm telling you now. And people saying me and mine, you better invest in me and mine wisely. And so the group economics talk, I mean, we done a live on that. We done economics. So, it's just understanding the bigger picture of what's coming up and what's going on. So a lot of a lot of topics we talking about, we have to upgrade what the hell we talking about. This 50-50 dumb shit, and it ain't gonna make no difference. It's gonna force you to do it in some juncture, whether it's down the road or not. So yeah, Let's see. Hold on, y'all. All right. Let's see if my mic's still on. I think my mic's still on. Yeah, we still rocking. All right. Let's see. Number 9. Then we're gonna wrap. Maybe you know what I'm saying. Go quick and wrap this up. I showed the video already, so now we can go ahead and wrap this out and get it done. The U.S. Political instability and government trust, political division, civil unrest, or government dysfunction, e.g., shutdowns, weak leadership, can weaken faith in the dollar. If foreign investors see the U.S. as unstable, they sell off what? Dollar denominated assets. They may sell off dollar denominated assets. The gold and precious metals. Countries are stockpiling. You hear that? Countries are stockpiling gold. This is what over here should be doing. Or other silver, something else. You feel me? Are stockpiling gold as a hedge against the US dollar. If a gold-backed currency or uranium or whatever other stuff emerges, e.g. a BRICS gold-backed currency, the dollar could lose value. Ain't no could, it will lose value. The US dollar is, because think about if the BRICS get fully running and you want to visit some of these countries or whatever, or buy products from them, what are they gonna do with dead currency? What are they gonna do with money that's not worth shit at that point? You see what I'm saying? Once they get the other mineral back money going, gold, silver, uranium, whatever, what are they gonna want with some shit that they deem it's not any value to them? Conclusion: the U.S. dollar is unlikely to collapse overnight. We know that, duh. But a gradual decline is already underway. It's a gradual, fast decline is already underway. The speed of this decline will depend on geopoliticals, economic policies, and global financial shifts. A major trigger event, financial crisis, war, or loss of reserve status could accelerate the process. Okay, does Burkina Faso affect this also? Yes, Burkina Faso and other nations in West Africa play a role in the potential decline of the US dollar. We did a show on that, part 1 and 2. Check that out, particularly through their moves toward economic independence and de-dollarization. Here's how Burkina Faso could impact this situation. Exit from the French CFA franc, which they already done, which literally they currently already done that. I got to do a part 3, Burkina Faso and Ibrahim Traore. CFA franc and potential new currency. Burkina Faso, along with Mali and Niger, has announced the plans to leave the French-backed CFA franc, which they already have, and possibly create a new independent currency. If they establish a currency backed by gold, which they already are, or other natural resources, which they already are, it could reduce reliance on the US dollar in trade. Successful currency shift could inspire other African nations to move away from Western controlled financial systems. 2. Strengthening BRICS and de-dollarization. Burkina Faso has strengthened ties with BRICS nations. Especially Russia and China. If Burkina Faso and other Sahel countries begin trading in BRICS-backed currency, it could contribute to the decline of the US dollar dominance in Africa even faster, because that means they're just going to be adding to their reserve that these other countries already have anyway. You see what I'm saying? More African nations are exploring trading in yuan and or local currencies, reducing the need for the U.S. reserves. 3. Control over natural resources. Burkina Faso has gold reserves already, and other minerals, which are crucial to global markets. If the country starts selling gold and other commodities in non-USD currencies, it could weaken the dollar's role in resource trade. More countries following this model, like Russia and China, could push global markets away from the dollar standard. 4. Reducing Western economic influence. Burkina Faso, under Ibrahim Traore's leadership, has been cutting ties with what? Western financial and political control. If more African nations follow Burkina Faso's lead, which they will, they already are, rejecting Western economic influence, it could weaken institutions like the IMF and World Bank, which traditionally operate in USD. As Africa seeks self-sufficiency in food production, energy, and industry, reliance on the US dollar-based imports may decrease. It ain't no may, it will. Regional unions and economic interdependence. Burkina Faso, along with Mali and Nigeria, is forming a Sahel regional bloc that could create its own economic policies. A strong regional currency or alliance could shift financial power away from Western-backed institutions. If this bloc succeeds, which it is, it could inspire other African nations, which they already are, to move away from Western financial systems, reducing the dollar global influence. Conclusion: while Burkina Faso alone may not cause a dollar collapse, its actions contribute to the global trend of de-dollarization. If African nations, BRICS, and other global players continue moving away from the USD, the dollar will weaken over time. The real impact will come if many resource-rich nations, quote unquote, like parentheses, like Burkina Faso with gold, they already have that shit naturally, uranium and whatever else. You know what I mean? Stop using the dollar for trade and reserves. The U.S. can continue to accumulate debt and operating without a mineral-backed currency as long as global confidence in the U.S. dollar remains strong, which it won't. It's not. You already see they don't fuck with that shit. You know what I mean? However, several warning signs suggest that this system is unsustainable in the long run. Here's a breakdown of how much longer the U.S. can maintain its approach. Short term, 0 to 5 years, the U.S. dollar is still the world's reserve, meaning a currency, meaning the other countries rely on its trade for financial services. The Federal Reserve can print more money and adjust interest rates to manage debt. The global demand for the U.S. Treasury bonds remains high, allowing the U.S. to borrow money at relatively low cost. Risk: if the U.S. keeps rising debt, which they are, without cutting spending, which they won't, investors may begin losing favors they already have in the U.S. bonds. Midterm, 5 to 15 years. We just do this quick review, and we got a little more. We'll get out of here. The national debt. That's why I did a show, part 1 and 2. The national fucking debt. That's why I'm saying people arguing on 50 fishes. Should you go half, man? Oh man, motherfuckers over here is debt slaves because these motherfuckers been using this landmass as a $2, $3, $1.50 hoe. They've been using this landmass as a $1.50 hoe for decades and centuries, fam. And they've been trading off assets, and they've been trading off every fucking thing. So at this juncture, people and these outside entities, whatever, they gonna, man, anyway, look. The national debt is over 34 trillion, and interest payments on that debt are growing rapidly. No shit. More countries, BRICS, African nations, Mid-Eastern oil producers are reducing their dependence on the U.S. dollar. The U.S. economy may face stagflation, and they got there's so many different phases: hyperinflation, inflation, stagflation, high inflation plus low growth. God damn, ain't that some shit? If excessive debt weakens economic productivity, which it is. Risk: if debt surpasses a critical tipping point, debt payments become the largest government expense. The dollar could decline sharply, and that's at 5 to 15 years. So this is not taking no long period of space and time. Like I said, the only reason it's prolonging the process is because really a lot of these other places or countries, whatever, they really giving these people over here a shot to like do right by the people of over here and shit like that. However, obviously, it doesn't seem like they're in any rush to do that. And with them doing right by the people on this side or this landmass would be to what? Stockpile or some type of mineral. Or where's the fucking gold at? Is my question again. Like, where's the minerals at to do a mineral back, not a digital currency? No. It has to be backed by something. You know what I mean? Obviously, these people don't want anything other than that. If the U.S. continues borrowing and they're borrowing money, and it's just, and then they're re-spending it on what? Shit to replace you, me, them, they, AI shit, a bunch of shit. You hear me? Wow, like I did the show yesterday, China's doing sponge cities and fucking a bunch of oh man. If the US continues borrowing at its current rate without a mineral-backed monetary system, inflation could weaken the dollar's value. The rise in alternative gold-backed or commodity-backed currencies, e.g. BRICS currency, could challenge the US dollar dominance. Countries could stop, which they are, lending to the US, forcing the government to either default on its debt or hyperinflate the currency. Which means you think going out for these dates and all of this bullshit and rent and all of this shit is high now, man. Look, all right, and this is at what? This is at 15 years plus. So 5 to 15 years, you see what I'm saying? They were saying it could decline, the dollar will decline sharply. And then, the 0 to 5, it's going to be what you're seeing now. Rising debt, interest rates getting high as fuck, them losing faith in the dollar. As far as when I say them, other countries and investors or whoever. Risk. Oh, yeah. Okay. Risk. A severe loss of confidence in the dollar could lead to a financial crisis, forcing the U.S. to reform its monetary system. So it's so sad that in its own dumbass decisions, it has to force itself to reform. Do you see? So it has to literally, like people say, fall down, is over, self-destruct itself in order for it to fucking do right. That's how a lot of people are. Motherfuckers don't take the warnings and the signs, All right, how long can this last? If current trends continue, debt rising, de-dollarization increasing, no shift to a gold standard or something, silver, something, the U.S. could face a major monetary crisis within what? 10 to 20 years. That is not no long space. And for all of y'all on this generational wealth, and I'm gonna leave something for the children, you don't know if you not in this dimension, you ain't gonna know. You gonna be looking from the other dimension like, God damn, it's fucked up over there. Man, if once this 10 to 20 years, if these motherfuckers continue the dumb shit they're doing, the trends that they're doing, in 10 to 20 years, that it might not even mean shit because the taxes gonna be so high on that shit or the whatever that they are not even gonna be able to maintain that shit. You know what I mean? Unless it's tax free or some shit like that. If global financial crisis or major war occurs, this timeline could accelerate. If global financial crisis, which is already happening in Venezuela, I just showed you the video. If global financial crisis or major war occurs, this timeline could accelerate drastically. So y'all, them, they, those have to factor this in. We be out here playing these games like shit is sweet, and it's really not. It's really fucking not. I don't give a fuck how much AI and all this bullshit motherfuckers are doing. That isn't gonna get these motherfuckers out of debt. It just isn't. That's why I did the show yesterday on China, whatever, upping their productivity by 34% by using dark factories, by using completely AI factories where they don't have any human human action in there at all. They call them dark factories or whatever, lights out, lights off, whatever they call that shit. Just did that show yesterday. So that means they're already increasing productivity and efficiency already. They're already, and they already been efficient, you feel me? And then they're just overhauling everything, like their train systems, bus systems, all that shit. If the US pivots, parentheses, reducing debt, increasing industrial production, or backing the dollar with an asset like gold, which that's what they need to fucking do, not do no stupid ass gold card. It could extend its dominance longer. They're gonna have to do that. You're gonna have to come with some gold-backed currency. You're gonna have to get back to the original currency, the original system, or whatever was going on, the original mineral system from back whenever, the 1970s or whatever it was. You feel me? You're gonna have to do that. They're gonna have to. I'm gonna do a show on Venezuela, how that hyperinflation. Some of these, go look at the videos. People are throwing money in the street. They dumping that shit. It's money it's fucking money everywhere. Hundreds, 50, whatever amount. It don't even fucking matter. You feel me? And there's videos of it everywhere. The US cannot keep running on debt. The US, conclusion, this land mass, the US cannot keep running on debt and fiat currency forever. The jig is up. Without major reforms, the dollar could significantly decline within the next 10 to 20 years. And they already said if global financial crisis or a major war occurs, it's going to do what? They're going to print more money faster, and it's going to accelerate the process drastically. So instead of that being 10 to 20, that shit going to be 5 to 10. You feel me? Or 0 to 5. That's why we did the breakdown from 0 to 5 years to all the way up to 15 plus. Possibly sooner if a global financial shift happens faster, or that right there, a global financial shift, which they're going to their own gold reserves and natural shit that they already have naturally over there and not abuse it. The real danger is not just debt. The real danger is not just debt, but the loss of global confidence in the US altogether. All right, this is the last little bit and we out. A loss of global confidence in the U.S. dollar would have significant repercussions for the United States, affecting various aspects of its economic and international standing. Here are the potential consequences: currency devaluation and inflation, dollar depreciation. As confidence wanes, the dollar's value would decline relative to other currencies. making imports more expensive. So that's what I was saying. It's gonna be high as fuck for you to run your e-commerce store or you to get your Amazon products and shit like that. Damn, why the fuck is shipping so goddamn high? Because of this bullshit ass non-back mineral ass money. This bullshit fiat currency. Rising inflation, increased cost of imported goods could lead to higher. Oh, you think you aren't able to afford you think you aren't able to afford Christmas and all that shit now, man? All right. man. You think the homeless rate is up now, man. Rising inflation, increased cost of imported goods could lead to higher overall inflation. This is why it's moronic to say one person should be covering all the financial responsibility. It's just dumb as fuck to be even talking about this shit at this junction for most people. But however, I go through TikTok right now, and most of you gonna hear them talking about is men should do this, the women should do. Man, this whole shit is going the fuck down already, fast as fuck. All right. Reducing consumers' purchasing power. They're not even gonna want that fucking money unless you paying a high ass premium. Increased borrowing costs, higher interest rates, which mean if you want to get a loan, if you want to get a you mean something on a home or a loan or land or whatever, higher interest rates. To attract investors, the U.S. Treasury bonds, the government might need to offer high interest rates, escalating the cost of serving national debt. So whatever little temporary fix they talking about doing is gonna accelerate some other shit that's gonna fuck shit in the long run. So again, if they aren't saying they're gonna back the shit with a mineral, it's gonna just fuck shit in the long run. Again, they're just prolonging the inevitable. Budgetary pressure. Evaluated debt serving costs could strain federal budgets, potentially leading to cuts in public services, which you're already seeing, or increased taxes, which you already seen. Financial market turbulence, stock market volatility, which a lot of people are talking about now, something dropping, loss of confidence can trigger significant market sell-offs, which that's what a lot of people are probably talking about on their stock stuff and all of that, as observed during recent economic uncertainties. Capital flight. Investors might withdraw capital from U.S. markets, seeking stability elsewhere, further disabling financial markets. Trade disruptions, trade deficits. A weaker dollar could initially reduce trade deficits by making U.S. exports cheaper, but persistent inflation might negate this advantage. Import challenges. Essential imports, including raw materials and consumer goods, could become more expensive. It will become more expensive. Ain't no could. Will become more expensive, impacting businesses and consumers. So why is everything so high? Is because there's I'm doing my best to just keep it simple as possible. Basically, again, other countries that own a lot of debt from here, okay, and other things from here, okay, land, etc., okay, they are moving to mineral-backed currency, okay? So, if this place, this landmass, this home of the milk and honey, or whatever the dumb shit people say, or whatever vision that people have this place is, if they don't do not a dumbass gold card worth no 5 million, that's stupid as fuck. That's still what? Dumbass, wasteful spending. The production of the cards, etc. Geopolitical ramification. diminished global influence. The dollar's reduced role as the world's reserve currency could weaken U.S. Geopolitical leverage. Alternative currencies, countries might adopt other currencies. They ain't no might, they are. Other currencies or commodities for international trade, further eroding dollar dominance. They're not gonna want that paper when they're trading other commodities, fam. Like, they're not gonna want that shit. Domestic economic challenges, recession risk, combined effects of inflation, high borrowing costs, and market instability could push the U.S. economy into recession. Unemployment, economic downturns typically lead to job losses, increasing unemployment rates, and reducing consumer spending. Policy responses and limitations, monetary policy constraints. The Federal Reserve might face limited options to combat inflation without exacerbating economic slowdown. So that's what I'm saying. They're just doing a bunch of nothing. You know what I'm saying? It is, unless you back it with a fucking mineral. I know I keep saying this, however, unless they just do that, not do a gold card, they have to basically reset the whole monetary system. So unless they do that, okay, it's gonna be like that video you saw. The physical policy dilemmas. Government efforts to stimulate the economy through spending could be hampered by rising debt costs and reduced revenue. In summary, a loss of confidence in the US dollar would likely lead to currency devaluation, inflation, higher borrowing costs, financial market instability, trade challenges, diminished geopolitical influence, and domestic economic hardships. Proactive measures to maintain fiscal discipline, diversify the economy, which they have to do that, and strengthen international partnerships are crucial to mitigate these risks. Watch this. This is the last little bit. I know I'm saying this, but it's just such great data. The U.S. has, look, watch this. I need you to hear this. I need you to hear this. I need you to let it trickle down. I need you to let this really say it to yourself really slow. All right. I need you to process this in your brain slow. All right. I think this is the last part right here. Is where is the U.S. minerals? Why aren't they using it to back the fiat currency? That's where we are right now. The U.S. I need you. You ready? Are you ready? Has significant mineral resources. I'm gonna say this one more time. The U.S. has significant mineral resources, including gold, silver. So when I be saying they need to back it with something, they have, including gold, silver, oil, natural gas, lithium, rare earth metals, and coal. Watch this. However, it does not back its currency with these resources. Where are the U.S. minerals? Gold reserves. The U.S. holds about 8,133 metric tons of gold. And so when I went on this other panel with the brother saying they need to, do like a gold sheeted money and they need to have like it infused in the fibers, these niggas started laughing at me. But you know how that goes. You know what I'm saying? They need to do gold flake money, silver flake money, whatever. is only going to use a small percentage of silver or gold or that mineral to infuse the money and make it actually have some fucking value. You know what I mean? Instead of putting chips and everything to fucking get people data and all this dumbass shit. I gotta do a show on their developing fucking all of these fucking places just for fucking wanting to spy on data. You feel me? It's just such wasteful fucking money just to keep motherfuckers debt slaves. This shit is moronic as fuck. The U.S. holds about 8,133 metric tons of gold, mainly stored at Fort Knox, the Federal Reserve Bank of New York, and West Point. This is one of the largest official gold reserves in the world, but has not backed the dollar. Hold, you ready? You ready? You ready? But it has not backed the dollar since 1971. So these motherfuckers over here, in a simple way, in a simplistic term, in like the homegirl over there, she say, "Talk black to me." Salute to her. You know who she is. I forget her name at the moment. These motherfuckers have been playing in people's face with basically monopoly money since 1971, and been having the resources to fucking just change this shit. Not to be in debt, not to owe other countries, not selling off your land to private motherfuckers like the Gates motherfucker, you know what I mean, and other private entities so they can do fucked up GMO foods and or the AI so you can just replace fucking people basically. You know what I mean? How this bitch looking like Futurama and shit, you hear me? They haven't had this, what does it say? This is one of the largest official gold reserves in the fucking world. There's not enough gold, Cosmic. This is one of the largest official gold reserves in the world. This is why I don't deal with no opinion shit. Where the checks and balances at? Pull something up. But it has not backed the dollar since fucking 19. You tell me how long that is. You tell me how long it's been since these motherfuckers actually backed this shit with something. And the gold just sitting, and they got a video. What's the guy name? Idris Elba, whatever. He has a video with him going into one of the gold reserves or whatever. This shit is just fucking sitting there. Huh? While these motherfuckers basically just do a bunch of fucking scripted ass, dumb ass. You talk about getting pimp, fam. You talking about getting strung along, fam. You talking about, and I did the Black Towns. You talking about along, hey look, not only that, flooding motherfucker shit, etc. All this shit. Other countries or places own mad. Go look up how much land certain other countries own over here and get back to me. Go look up how much land does certain other countries. You do some homework. You tell me how secure y'all are in the home of the brave and fuck these other countries. Man, these motherfuckers has already been doing business with them. The fuck is you talking about? Huh? It's just that now that they done smartened up in the relationship, and like, goddamn, these motherfuckers haven't even really been bringing value, or my bad, we've realized our real value in our own fucking land mass and our own natural resources. What the fuck do we need their shit for if they're not backing this shit with the same shit we have? Huh? And they just got it sitting in a fucking wherever it's at. Huh? And imagine these motherfuckers out, these other investors, these other countries, they know this shit, right? And you just paying them with shit that don't mean nothing. You're just paying them with fucking printed money, fam. Think about knowing that as another powerful Burkina Faso, whoever, somebody like with natural shit, they can go in the backyard and just pick gold and shit. They got natural shit falling out of every fucking where. And motherfuckers, yeah, let me give you this money that ain't worth nothing. And let me just keep giving it to you while you give me shit that's worth something. And I'm gonna just put it and hide it in a fucking wherever, in a vault some fucking where, and let it just sit. Not improve my economy, not since 1971. So basically, the people over here, the whatever you want to say, the whatever, my bad, the chattel, the chattel over here. Because majority of us is debt slaves because we did what? We did the birth certificate. That was the first ritual of the signing of the documentation when our parents didn't have no knowledge of self and they put the foot stamp on the goddamn shit. And got us registered in this already dead. So basically, if you came into this dimension after 1971, this shit was already dead. This shit was already over. The decline is just that everything they added along the way, the drugs, the pimp shit, the pimp culture, the all of the other shit, it just accelerated the bullshit. This is why you see the dependency on this fucking system. Cause these motherfuckers created it. This is why motherfuckers is debt slaves. This is why motherfuckers is constantly paying debt and shit. This is why these terms are even terms. You know what I'm saying? These are why this shit is even made up fucking term. They had to create these fucking terms. Interest rates and you know what I mean? You gotta have terms to facilitate, or different lingo or legalities or word plays to facilitate the string along. I mean, I know I'm raising my voice. This shit is irritating as fuck. It's fuck, fam. Like I tell a lot of people, I just play the game like this shit real. You feel me? Huh? Like I said, this landmass is in debt, trillions and trillions of fiat currency, and then like I told y'all, I did a show on the national debt. You got two types of debt. You got the public debt, which is what's supposed to be the real government. The public, which is who? You, they, them, those, me, them, those, they. Then you have the in governmental debt. That means the debt they're taking on by printing the man. Imagine somebody like this being your financial coach, your financial manager, your financial fucking anything. You in a relationship with a motherfucker like this financially. Oil and natural gas. The U.S. is one of the world's top oil producers, with major reserves in Texas, Alaska, North Dakota, and the Gulf of Mexico. The Strategic Petroleum Reserve, SPR, holds emergency oil supplies, however, it's used for economic stability, not currency backing. So we're thinking, oh, they got gold, or they got gas, or they got this. Yeah, they got a lot of it. However, they're not what? They not playing. Let's just keep it simple. They're not playing fair, man. They not standing on business. They not doing straight business, whatever. Rare earth metals and lithium. The U.S. has deposits of lithium, Nevada, parentheses Nevada, rare earth minerals, parentheses California, and copper, parentheses Arizona, Utah, Montana. These are crucial to technology, batteries. They could be used in that, not even have no electric bill, because we know copper is anyway. Oh man, Mara. This paper pimping system, boy. Man, I tell you. You just heard me say these motherfuckers got mad reserves of everything. And they just basically just these are critical for technology, batteries, and military applications, but China dominates the global supply chain. But China dominates the global supply chain. Why doesn't the U.S. back its currency with minerals? The U.S. is a fiat currency. The U.S. dollar is a fiat currency. Go look up what fiat, F-I-A-T, currency. Since 1971, Nixon, they called it the Nixon shock. I did a show about this. Ended the gold standard. The dollar has been backed by trust, which means nothing, which means faith, hope, belief. You hear me? It's been backed by trust in the United States government and economy, not physical assets. I need you to let that shit, say that slowly to yourself. Say that slowly to yourself. Huh? That's what a lot of motherfuckers want to do. They want you to trust without any physical evidence to, that's why I told you. That's why trust is earned. That's why it's called trustworthy. And then higher levels of trust is trustworthiness. You don't just give no fucking trust. It says the dollar has been backed by trust. That means faith, not the trust paperwork. Like, we trust that the government gonna do right by us. We trust that this person or whoever gonna do right by us. We believe. Backed by trust in the U.S. government, which you don't really trust them, huh? A lot of you don't even really trust them. So why you trust the money? Oops. What psychologically is a conceptualization of money? It says it's backed by trust in the government, huh? And economy. How do you trust them two things at this point? How do anybody? I don't even give a fuck if you don't really know shit. Share this. Make sure you share this, subscribe. Make sure you share this, subscribe, support, donate, etc. How many of you have high trust in them two things? The U.S. government and the economy at this phase right now. I'll let you answer that later on or whenever. I gotta re-emphasize this. The dollar has been backed by belief, trust in the government and economy, not physical assets. The government prefers a flexible monetary system that allows it to print money and control economic policy. So basically, it prefers to string your ass along, make you a debt slave, and pimp you the fuck out. They just saying that shit in a professional way. The U.S. government prefers a flexible monetary system that allows it to print money and control economic policy. Insufficient gold and resource supply. While the U.S. has large gold reserves, they are not enough to cover the entire money supply. I wonder why. Is it maybe because you haven't been backing this shit and negotiating with other countries to stockpile your resources, even though you got a shit ton of it already? You already got a shit ton of resources already. However, how don't you have sufficient reserve? Because you've been printing the money without any discipline, without anything backing it. And these people been giving motherfuckers a shot to do right. They haven't been doing right by centuries. They finally rose up and woke up to their own people needs, and groups over there, their own ethnicity group and all of that needs, and nationality group needs, and their land space and their country's needs. And they're like, well, damn, we already have all of the shit that these motherfuckers are just sitting on, not even using. And so we could use that to empower our land mass, or our area, our country, or whatever, and not even need these motherfuckers at all. So they could just hold their reserves and all that. Okay, cool. Well, we gonna use ours to just not even need your dollars at all. Insufficient gold and reserve supply. While the U.S. has large gold reserves, they are not enough to cover the entire money supply. That means you have to redo the whole system, and you just wait the wasteful spending, which they're not gonna do. You know what I mean? As you see, you feel me? If the U.S. back the dollar with gold or minerals, the value of these resources would skyrocket, making it difficult to maintain a stable economy. That's because, again, you've been playing with this fiat currency so long that the jig is up. Debt-based economy. The U.S. government runs on borrowing and spending. That means what? When you say the blackout and all of that, if we stop spending with these motherfuckers and spend with each other, and start spending with their institutions, stop spending our abilities, our natural abilities, our intellectual abilities, our fucking whatever, and circulate it amongst ourselves, because this system depends on what? Runs on what? Borrowing of money and spending, using treasury bonds to and the Federal Reserve to finance operations. Watch this. That means everything is already paid for. The U.S. government runs on borrowing and spending, using treasury bonds and Federal Reserve to finance. That means if they're financing the operation, that means paid for. Huh? Backing the dollar with minerals would limit the ability to print money. No shit. No fucking shit. They would actually have to have discipline. Oh, man. Would limit the ability to print money and run budget deficits. They already have budget deficits because they've been wasting money on bullshit with these puppets and all of these stage plays. That's all that voting bullshit, political shit at this juncture over here is just a fucking stage play. They keep you what? Psychologically inferior. To backing the dollar with minerals would limit the ability to print money and run budget deficits, forcing severe government spending cuts. Okay. Okay, that doesn't sound bad at all. Global economic control. The U.S. controls the global financial system through the dollar as the world's reserve currency as at the moment, and they are doing their best to hinder or restrict other countries from basically leaving their ass the fuck alone. Countries need dollars to trade oil and conduct international transactions, giving the U.S. a strategic advantage. Resistance from banks and corporations. The current financial system benefits what? Big banks, Wall Street, and multinational corporations, which rely on easy credit and money printing. A mineral-backed currency would restrict bank lending and corporate expansion, which is good. Again, the corporate already been doing the bullshit as it is, leading to resistance from powerful economic players. Would a mineral-backed dollar be better? A gold-backed or resource-backed dollar would reduce inflation. That sounds better to me already, isn't it? A gold-backed or resource-backed dollar would reduce inflation, limit government debt. I mean, damn, that sounds like, doesn't that sound like a solution? Doesn't that sound good? And stabilize the economy. However, it would also limit government spending. So what? They've been fucking up the money for decades anyway, and centuries anyway. Reduce economic flexibility, and they don't have the best interests of the economy or the environment any fucking way. Microplastics, pollutions, factories, all this obsolete ass shit. They're not investing in shit to make the environment better. Majority of them, they aren't. I did that show on China yesterday. They got a joint called a sponge city just so they can prevent flooding. Talk to me. Come on, man. These motherfuckers haven't came up with a solution for flooding yet, have they? This shit over here obsolete as fuck. Because these motherfuckers that ran this shit and, like I told you, treated it like a $1.50 whore. You hear me? Not a $2 whore, not even a $2, a dollar whore. Dollar store whore. The U.S. may only consider this if the dollar weakens significantly, which it already has and is still declining, or if BRICS nations successfully introduce a gold-backed currency. Conclusion: the U.S. has, listen again, the U.S. has plenty of minerals and gold, so I don't want to hear they don't have enough to do it. I don't want to hear that shit. The U.S. has plenty of minerals and gold and other shit, but it chooses. You hear this? I need you to let that sink in your brain now. It chooses to run a fiat system. Okay? Because it allows for economic control. Debt expansion means they want to accumulate more fucking debt. They want to control motherfuckers and make them debt slaves and shit with inflation and high ass interest rates and high ass hyperinflation and shit. And global influence. A return to a mineral-backed system is unlikely unless the US dollar faces a serious crisis, and it already has. Again, other countries that are attached to, like Venezuela, they are facing hyperinflation because obviously you're doing the same shit as over here. You're printing shit that's not backed by anything. And you're running the same bullshit play. You're running your country and shit into the ground. So this is why you're seeing BRICS. This is why you're seeing Ibrahim Traore. This is why you're seeing Burkina Faso. Go check out my shows on that. So all of these elementary fucking retarded class arguments over shit with gold 50-50. Shit where gold doodle. Man, you, like I said earlier in one of the other shows I did on economics and the national debt. You got motherfuckers that scared to invest $25, $50, $250. You got motherfuckers that scared to go into debt a couple thousand. When motherfuckers here in this landmass is already debt slaves anyway. Let's say that again. Motherfuckers, people, energies, beings, the whatever you in the shade, shitty sheens, all of these fucking legality terms, these fucking Black's Law Dictionary goddamn straw man terms, you hear me, are already debt slaves anyway. So for us to not want to invest in each other, well, I don't want to go in debt, I don't want to whatever. This shit is already in fucking debt. You are already in debt, whether you know it or not. That's your problem. That's a personal issue. That ain't got shit to do with me. Me, we, them, they, those, we already in debt to this shit, ain't it? When most of our parents was unaware of the fucking paper pimping with the fucking birth certificate, that's attached to a fucking that's a savings bond attached to that fiat money or whatever. Everything is prepaid because we just said these motherfuckers finance the treasury bonds, which means they finance the fiat money that motherfuckers circulate around to pay for shit that's already pre-fucking paid. Huh? The shit is already pre-financed. Huh? So this is what it means when people say we shouldn't be paying for shit because everything is prepaid. Maybe they aren't able to articulate it. U.S. government runs on borrowing and spending using treasury bonds as the Federal Reserve to finance operations. So it's already paid for. It's just motherfuckers are accumulating material things, and it's this illusion of the more material things I accumulate, the more successful I am. Do you hear me? They gotta sell you what they say. They say the American dream for a reason. They ain't say the American realization or the American reality or whatever. You know what I mean? They call it a dream for a reason. I did the black towns, how they crippled and made pretty much generations. Like you would have to just do, and not just the black towns, a lot of reserve land and all of that, tribal lands and all of that. How they flooded them, undermined that shit, and how the value of what those places would be today. Trillions, billions. Trillions, billions. And they would have been what? New York, where Central Park is at, would have been a big ass hub of what? Melanated, indigenous, copper tone, black excellence. And instead of Atlanta, you would have had New York. You'd have had over there what they called it Seneca Village. You would have had that. You feel me? Seneca Village, New York as a hub. Oscarville. All these other places as a hub for financial cultivation and elevation. So not only did not only did they take the gold standard or mineral, let's say mineral or gold standard, that's a mineral, the mineral standard off of that fiat money and kept on printing this shit, they sold what? American dream. Yes, they have to sell you materialism. Them, they, those, whoever. Yes, they got to sell you propaganda. Yes, they got to tell you being an expat or traveling to other countries is so horrible and there that. Yes, they got to show you shit that's going to program your brain to stay low vibrational on the TVs and tell lies to your vision. Tell lies to your vision. Yes, they have to do all of this shit to keep the charade up. While they got natural reserves and they could just make this shit right. They got natural reserves already, like these other areas, countries, etc. And they're saying, nah, we just gonna hold these natural reserves, keep printing money, keep creating debt slaves, keep having the birth certificate system and shit, keep creating straw men and shit. Excuse me, why we're gonna keep doing what we can to replace human workforce, the human workforce or human interaction or any of that. We're gonna keep spending on certain groups and not other certain groups. And like I was telling y'all, the reason why reparation isn't realistic for the majority is because we went over that shit on the other show. How they gonna pay you? What they say? They would have to, the factors were what? Back pay on your land, interest rates and shit, right? Then they said missed opportunities from those black towns or that area or whatever. Missed generational opportunities, etc. It's so much that will have to be factored in. And then the fact that this shit ain't backed by nothing. Then the fact that they have poisoned the soil with the chemtrails, the fucking microplastics, the fucking obsolete ass vehicles that's still doing, emissions in the atmosphere. You know what I mean? All of this obsolete ass shit. Obsolete transportation systems. Obsolete mad systems, obsolete school systems to create, and they said they made the school system, whoever they the families or whoever, to make workers, to create workers. And then most people that get that higher level of quote unquote education, most of them it's like a whatever type of number, don't use that to go ahead and start a firm and enrich their group of people. And then for the ones that's doing it, great job. It's just that we need to understand the bigger backdrop of what's going on, man. This is why you see a lot of stores closing down, big companies, corporations, a lot of some people jobs, people or companies going to AI because they have to speed up their productivity. They have to do it. And they know they aren't able to what? They have work labor laws and shit like that for the most part. So they aren't able to work people as what? Longer pause as hard as you could do a robot. That's why I did the presentation yesterday. The robot could work around the clock. You don't have to have the lights on, which means no electric fucking bill. You feel me? And the productivity gonna go up 30 to something to 40 something %. And you're gonna be able to put out way more shit. Which means what? They gonna let people go. So there is no job security. And I know people have instant gratification phobia syndrome. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, temporarily, yes. If that dude in the office do that stimulus check shit again, unless you invest in precious metals, you invest in stuff in other areas, countries and shit like that, and smart investments. We did the breakdown down from 0 to 20 years. And they already said all it takes is what? 1 or 2 incidents, a global crisis in one of their business partners like Venezuela, whoever, or a war, and it can accelerate this shit. So people, we don't trust each other as a people, but motherfuckers trust the dollar. Huh? Motherfuckers trust the dollar over each other, ain't it, man? This is just freestyle at this point, y'all. I'ma end, you know what I'm saying? It's just, gotta get this off the spit, so you hopefully can hit. This is not nothing about no fear, B. This is the stuff that's going on right in front of you, them, they, those, no matter what level of knowledge of self or consciousness you are at, you feel me, intellectual discernment or bandwidth that you are at, you just are just going to be oblivious to what's going on around you. That's all. So these are why I do the presentations like this, to answer multiple fucking arguments, debates, questions, rhetorical shit. You feel me? These motherfuckers, this landmass, and the people that's running in opera have been stringing them, they, us, whatever, long since 1971 with basically play ass money. Then if you, them, they, those, someone over here were to do like these other countries and say, you know what, I got a decent amount of gold, I'm gonna start off with a small amount and I'm gonna get my own little currency going with your face on it. You hear me? These motherfuckers gonna do what? They gonna call that embezzlement. But then these motherfuckers have been embezzling since 1971. You've been printing off money with nothing to back shit since then. Then you want to restrict other, whomever they are, partners, countries, old partners, from moving away from your fake ass ways or your funny shifty ass ways. So you want to basically continue to insult these people's intelligence basically, and they just supposed to just keep on going along with it while these motherfuckers over here hold the reserves and all of that, wherever the reserves and the shit is at, and they producing all of the stuff, but they don't back it. They don't use the minerals or whatever natural resources to back the fucking currency. So basically the only reason that money means something is because it's been psychologically drilled in people's fucking brain for generations that the money actually means something, because people still have to trade this shit to get shit done. Whatever, to maintain your lifestyle, whatever. A lot of entrepreneurs, self-employed people, online businesses, 'cause that's the biggest thing now. Man, you should get an online business. You'll make so much. Yes, yes, yes. Sometimes, yes, whatever the results may vary. However, the 9-to-5 person, the person that's getting the person that's getting their benefit checks, the person that's getting your stamps, the whomever, a lot of you, and you already feeling it and seeing it. A lot of y'all gonna get the shit cut back, cut off, cut. Why they cutting the Doge? Why they cutting this? Why they cutting that? Because these motherfuckers are in debt. And instead of reintroducing or resetting the financial system to be a mineral resource backed, we want to keep on playing in your face and keep selling you the what? Say it with me, please. The American dream. Do you get it now? So when I be telling people, I go on, I say it's just good old fashioned pimping. It's advanced pimping at this point, but they running the same plays. Just like with those black towns, Eminem, you got they getting you up, huh? Then they wondering why on some of those lake going missing. People are this. People feeling like somebody pulling you under the water and all this other shit. Figures on the boat, seeing figures walking on the water. We let the most obsolete group of beings, unfortunately with the help of the group of who, I don't know if they were Moors or who the fuck was here first, we helped civilize these unnatural motherfuckers. So much so that we help these motherfuckers advance beyond, and now motherfuckers want to sell it back to us type. Like, let me sell you this course on how this system that we help these motherfuckers. Oops, let's say one more time. Let's say this one more time. Maybe not me directly, however, I'm attached to the alliances I'm attached to. An era assisted in what? Civilizing these. When I say civilizing, teaching them how to bathe, teaching them a lot of shit. And so now motherfuckers want to show you how to get out this system that they assisted these motherfuckers in creating. Is that what it is? Or am I off? Am I off anything? Somebody tell me I'm off. Am I off? Huh? Motherfuckers want to sell us back land that people claim is ours already. Correct? Whether it's this government shit, whether it's private companies, whether it's whomever it is. They selling you back some shit, and you gotta pay with something that ain't even a fucking relevant currency, and it's gonna be dying, and it's really is dead for real. It's just psychologically your trust and belief. You believe that this shit is still real. We gotta trade this paper money in for material items that we gotta spend more paper money on to maintain. Oops. Let's say that one more time. We gotta trade this paper money in, right? For material, car, vehicles, such and such, right? And then we gotta spend more of this dead ass paper money to maintain these fucking material items. Yes or no? So within 10 to 20 years, the paper dollar is gonna be, and maybe faster than that. So this is why you see people saying, get you some land internationally or somewhere, move off grid, learn how to live minimalistically, learn how to be more frugal with your money and investments, or your investments, position investments properly. Get with like-minded beings. Who you decide to marry or be with is the most important thing. Yeah, who you decide to associate with overall is gonna be the most important thing of them, they, those, me, anybody life. And a lot of us are just psychologically trash and burnt the fuck out. Because I keep telling you, y'all, them, they, those. Black people, copper tone, indigenous people want to be individuals in a team sport. Economics is a team fucking sport. And motherfuckers want to have individual accolades celebrated always along the way. Or we want to keep doing obsolete shit. Now, salute to the boycott. However, the marches and all of that, you have to understand that the same people that this country saying they hate, they partners with these motherfuckers. China, etc. And these people own land over this bitch. Y'all need to let that sink in, man. That's why they can get businesses so easy and get shit. First of all, I already went over how they do cooperative investing, how they depend on their family for the initial startup. I went over all this shit. So again, if we have them, they, those, blah, if you have the mentality of getting it out the mud, do it all on your own. You don't need nobody. Huh? That's some dumb ass data. That's some dumb, and it should show you that, yeah, it's gonna get you individual gratification, which all of y'all really want anyway. Motherfuckers be faking like they want melanin beings to overall come up. Huh? How's a group of recessive gene people more superior than you when some say big-headed scientist named Yaku created the motherfucking gene to create these motherfuckers? Huh? And then once you fast forward, then these group of motherfucking people, or whoever they are, melanin, black, indigenous people, you decide to what? Cultivate these motherfuckers. You decide to refine these motherfuckers. And basically, in simpler terms, give them the game for free. And what the fuck did they give you back? As a result. And so now people are saying, yeah, you should claim this, you should claim that. You shouldn't have never helped these motherfuckers set this shit up in the first place. And have never assisted with the shit in the first place. Then you wouldn't have lost your fucking Moor Indian tribe. You wouldn't have lost your fucking identity. Am I right or wrong? Am I right or wrong? Motherfuckers lost their identity because you gave it to somebody else to exploit your ass with it. And to string out other beings that look like you with it. Whether you want to say you Indian, Cherokee, Moor, fucking Hebrew, Israelite, whatever the motherfuck you saying you are. If your group contributed to these motherfuckers being where they are now or cultivating them, you need to shut the fuck up. Or you need to do some in-house cleaning. Because the jig is up, shit is out. Motherfuckers help civilize these motherfuckers. Now these motherfuckers done took shit over. And now motherfuckers want to sell everything back to you. Which means you still getting fucking pimped even by motherfuckers that look like you. Let's say it again. See, y'all think this is some slow work right here. This ain't no slow work, baby. I don't even need that reading shit. I just do that shit because to make it a better solid show. You hear me? Solid presentation. Because I know that's what people love. They love the extras. Are people giving y'all this type of data and presentation on their lives, on their shows, on their podcast? No, they gonna sell you game, sell you course. Y'all won't even donate to me. Huh? But y'all will go buy a course from some shit that was rightfully yours in the first place. You'll go do all the other stuff, land all that other shit to buy back some shit that was rightfully yours in the first place. Isn't that still called being pimp, nigga? Niggas. Huh? Isn't that still a version of being pimp? Yes or no? Huh? The word black in etymology, the origins of the word black means pale. The origins of the word black means pale. Etymology. Now, we are the original pigment. What I mean by that is we could be any hue from what they would call midnight dark. Did you see that one? I forgot the team he played for. It's this one dude I'm talking about. He's midnight dark. Midnight, like way jet darker than midnight. You hear me? And we can be albino, which is what? Lighter than Europeans. They not the original shit. Ain't shit lighter than no damn albino for real, unless they just a super albino, nigga. Ain't shit lighter than no albino unless they a super albino. Do you hear what I said? This is a whole nother live, y'all. I just felt something. I got stuff on my spirit. It's just like, goddamn, we sleepwalking, getting pimp, we down as fuck. It's crazy. It's fuck. And it's at some junction, you got to get frustrated with this shit. We gotta beg our families for investments. We gotta beg our homies for investments or convince them thoroughly. You know what I mean? And niggas is already debt slaves. Motherfucker scared to start your own business, start your own creative idea. You already a fucking debt slave by default. By being born in this fucking landmass and doing the birth certificate shit. And the fact that these motherfuckers is using dead ass money. And they're just hoping that these other countries just keep on fucking with them. Yeah, these other countries is gonna keep on taking this money that's not backed by shit, and they see that you have stuff to back the shit with, but you just not gonna do it, and you just gonna keep paying them with shit that's not backed by shit, and they got natural shit themselves, maybe more than you have, and then you're saying, no, we just gonna keep niggas in debt. We gonna keep just playing the game. We gonna keep selling the dream. The American dream. I hope y'all caught a lot of that shit I said freestyle. You have to buy a bunch of material shit just to maintain it with a bunch of the same fiat material shit. Most countries are looking to either low cost of rent or no rent at all. You shouldn't have to pay no electric bill when you got, it's literally, again, go look up the Mushroom Church, nigga. Negus, Negus. It's the dude going viral off of goddamn harvesting activated mushrooms and doing concerts. Why in the fuck are we still doing electric bills? Because what? Like we said in appreciation, they want to be able to restrict and control policy and the narrative. That's why they don't want you to be self-sufficient as a group, as a smaller group, as me and mine, you and yours, whatever. They don't want you to get interdependent. They created the dependency in the fucking first place. Whether it's with the chemical crack shit, whatever. Redlining, food deserts. I literally did the Black Town presentation from past to fucking present. To present. The 97 families that got that land, they are currently fucking with them. The dude Farouk Hunter in the Freedom Village, they are fucking with them. But no, they're not holding you back. This system is not holding you back. No, it's not. This system, how dare you say this system is holding you back? How dare you say that? Because your stupid ass is misinformed don't mean it's not going on, baby. Huh? Tighten the fuck up. Tighten the fuck up. Just because you are highly misinformed don't mean the shit is not going to motherfuck on in front of your and probably in front of your uninformed ass face. Ain't it, man? Because if you misinformed or uninformed, that means shit is going on right in front of our faces. Huh? And we worrying about some, should we go 50-50? Should we go 50-50? Huh? Should we invest in each other? This is what motherfuckers are questioning. Huh? Motherfuckers are using marriage as leverage to fuck each other over and get half and just benefit another system, which is the what? The marriage system, the court system. But Indians and Maroons, whoever group was over here, was sold to the Europeans or the what they call colonizers by other melanin beings, fam. So motherfuckers help these these creations become in power. And like I said again, now we got to pay with the same dead ass money. They got these same motherfuckers that motherfuckers help cultivate and help civilize, faces on it. Oops. The same motherfuckers these motherfuckers help to dominate, cultivate, help to civilize, help to learn how to wash their ass. Now you got to pay with that. You have to use as payment or whatever we want to say, compensation or whatever, exchange or whatever. You have to use that fiat or printed shit with they face on it to pay for the rights that you already originally fucking had to the land and etc. Does this make sense? Does this make sense to anyone? I just need to know. So all right, y'all. This is what's going on. So we need to update our intellectual software. We need to update our fucking conversations that we be having on a daily basis with them. Because you know why a lot of people do the same rhetorical topics, even though it's no excuse. However, I'm gonna give them one. I'm gonna give them a reason. Because most people intellectual bandwidth only goes so far. You see? So most people are turned on by what? Drama, bullshit, controversial crap, a bunch of bullshit. They're not going to be turned on by, oh man, we should land, man, we could do this on the land, oh man, the financial deficit and the national debt. They man, you gonna lose them in about 30 seconds. Most people if you do this type of breakdown, you gonna lose them. The average person around you, mama, cousin, daddy, whoever, them motherfuckers, you gonna lose them in 30 seconds. Less than 2-3 minutes. It's over. It's over. And then to get them to be able to comprehend what you're, the severity of comprehending what you're saying, that's just a whole nother discussion. Because if a person doesn't comprehend the severity of what you're saying, then they really don't get it. They're not going to have any urgency about themselves, right? So a lot of us, again, keep talking about these obsolete ass talking points. A lot of them do it because, again, yeah, they can get clicks and likes, and yeah, they're gonna get more people to come on that shit, and they just see that most people don't want to talk about no real actual shit that's going on. And then if you do have them people that's talking about it, they talking about some surface level shit. Oh man, this is what the person doing in the office, and this person did this, and then they got this, which is that's relevant. Yeah, they just did this bill. They just cut back on this. Okay, but what's the backdrop of why all of that shit is happening? Who do these motherfuckers owe? Why do they owe them? Why do they these other people position so much? Why do they have so much say so? You know what I mean? These different variables. However, that's called critical thinking. That's called critical thinking. So within all of y'all dudes that be flaunting and all materialistic, all this label bullshit, pretty soon that shit ain't gonna be worth shit. It already really ain't worth shit. However, once you psychologically grasp that it ain't worth shit, man, yeah. All this materialism, you gotta have this much stuff to get a woman to cooperate. You gotta have this much material stuff to get a woman to cooperate. You gotta have this much fiat dead ass money to get a woman to do what you need them to do. All this obsolete ass, stupid ass talk. Yeah, you gotta pay this much fiat dead money to be a debt slave and run around and spend money. Yeah. Oh man, they gonna give us a stimulus check. Yeah. Motherfuckers, and look, a lot of people don't even give a fuck about the long-term repercussions. No, ain't it right? Come on with it. Let's come on with it. A lot of motherfuckers that be around, talk to them, they don't even give a fuck. Hey, I got my money now. Oh well, I suffer what? Say it. Say what a lot of people. I suffer the consequences later. That's how a lot of motherfuckers move. And a lot of them been suffering the consequences. They just don't realize it. Or they're in denial, severe denial about the shit. So all of this generational wealth talk shit and we gonna do this and that, you better keep up with this national debt and this fucking this BRICS and the whatever, was it Burkina Faso gonna call their shit or whatever. All of these countries that's not attempting their best to really either limit business they do with the U.S. or stop fucking with the U.S. overall. And what you mean, Cosmic, because these motherfuckers depend on these other motherfuckers so much for a lot of shit. And like I told you before, go look up how much of these other countries, how much land they own over here. Look it up. Look that shit up. It's gonna wow the fuck out of you, maybe. How much debt a lot of these other countries own from the U.S., how much they've been borrowing from these other countries. So yes, your handouts and your checks, your security, your social security, your shit gonna be affected because of what? Hyperinflation. And basically, in a simple term, again, I have to reiterate this, it's not backed by fucking minerals. And these other countries are shifting to that. In Burkina Faso, don't give a fuck about none of them threats. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Do you hear what I said? Burkina Faso and Ibrahim Traore do not give a fuck about none of them threats. I'm gonna tell you that right now. And they have natural gold reserves and resources. They don't need the U.S. for shit right now. Like right now, like right as I'm saying this to you, they don't need the U.S. for shit right now. Right now. And then the fact that they got Mali and Niger with them, that just strengthened it. You know, strengthen the the interdependence. They don't need this shit now. They don't need it. Go look at what Burkina Faso Ibrahim Traore is doing right now. 55 hospitals already built. Da 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 da. What you say? Updated hospitals too. That man is doing shit, getting shit done for his people, and he walks in the villages. He goes amongst the people. That's what the person in that office will be, a person of the people. That's why you're supposed to, if you're gonna do that political shit, you're supposed to have somebody. That's why you're supposed to have, like in those black towns, whatever, you have your group of people, and then you have your spokesperson for that particular group in that area. And then that'll be your representative, your mayor, your whatever of that area. You see what I'm saying? Just like you have people that are mayor of a certain little small town or county or a sheriff, or you mean you elect that shit within. You feel me? That's how the shit's supposed to be done. Not you elect an elite motherfucker that don't probably relate nothing to none of your life story or relevance or any of that, or your needs, any of that shit, and you do all of the rigmarole dance shit, you know what I'm saying, to get this person that's coming in. And again, like I keep saying, the reason why I say it's a stage play in the script, I know I'm gonna wrap it up, y'all. The reason why I say it's a stage play in the script is because, once again, we just ran over it. They already in debt. And what they gonna pay you with? They took the land back, right? They took the land back. I mean, they took the land, right? Or they finessed it, or they did whatever, right? What do they call them in the presentation? Legal loopholes and all that, right? Okay, so you think they gonna give you the land back? They just gonna give you the land back, or you gonna have to take that shit back, or they, you just think they gonna do right by whomever, white, European, Asian, whoever, when they done so well at creating debt slaves, right? And then holding on to the real resources for their own selfish whatever. And then a lot of these places that, if you into these areas, Cali, whatever, I'm pretty sure they probably restrict you from going in a lot of areas to get natural resources, crystals and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure they do. So what they say, nature gives us everything we need to not have to even fuck with the financial money system for it. However, they have to poison the environment. They have to poison the environment to keep people in dependency. Do you not see that? Yeah, they're gonna let you thrive with your own food supply and shit, and they're gonna let you thrive with your own clean air systems and solars, and they're gonna let you thrive with just copper electricity, or you tapping into whatever. They just gonna let a lot of people just do that shit and just not need them. Come on, fam. Come on, fam. All right, y'all. Cosmic Mind UV.